Yo, what's up? This is another fan request. Underground rappers I miss. And I'm not gonna lie, there are a lot of them, but yeah, I don't know. This video might be super long, but I feel like if you're into SoundCloud, there's gotta be at least one rapper that you used to be a huge fan of, and then they just fall off. Cause like the thing about SoundCloud rappers and all that stuff is it's very fickle. The fame, or I wouldn't even say they're famous, but like the attention, the followers, the money, the plays, the streams, the fans, like if you don't capitalize on it, it's really easy to fall off on like your stuff. It's just really easy to not if you're not on top of your stuff, like you could really get it's not hard to fall off. Like there are tons of people that have fallen off, and it just takes like one bad mistake or like one cold year, and then there's like this new wave and you're completely forgotten about other artists. It just like it disappeared. Other artists like went away. They no longer are underground, and they're also sorts of like artists that it's like, damn, their primes were like just really good. Kind of miss it, I'm not gonna lie. Like anyways, let's get into it. The first underground rapper I miss is Pasto Flocko, and he's still underground. He's actually way too underground. Like he's more underground than he used to be back when I'm referring to him. Like right now he's doing this really weird like drill thing or like this dark plug sound that and it's just not really getting the same amount of traction as his old stuff was getting. I'm looking up his page right now, and I'm not saying numbers or anything, but they're not great. Like he does all right, you know, he's got like, his little fan base and stuff, and he's doing cool, but it's just not. First of all, like I'm not really trying to hear that type of stuff from Pasto. I feel like Pasto's best music was always like his melodic stuff, and I'm not saying he had to become like Lil Tecca 2.0 or him and Lil Tecca had to be like Batman and Robin, because that's kind of what they were back in their prime together. If you didn't know, Pasto Flocko was Lil Tecca's school friend, and they both were on like this melodic wave and coming up, and they were hard. Pasto was really hard. In my opinion, Pasto was better than Tecca. I thought Pasto could have been bigger. Obviously, Lil Tecca had like hit after hit after hit, and his hits slow down, but he's still like huge now, and he has this crazy fan base, and he's selling out tours, and Pasto isn't on any of those tours. And at one point, they were in the same group together called Angelic, which is Tecca's group, but they like fell out for a little bit, and then Pasto left, and Pasto was carrying that, by the way. And Pasto never signed to him. I guess he didn't want to be like his little bro or something. And then this is what really like killed Pasto Flocko's career. By the way, like when Pasto Flocko was dropping like Water, and he was dropping like Illiterate Love, and he was dropping like Trey songs. He had that first I forgot the album name, but it had like Lil What You Doing, and it had No Hook, McLovin. Those songs were all so hard. He also had some stuff with Sofago. He was just going crazy. Like his music was going stupid. He was friends with people like Autumn too. He had some super basic stuff, but like Catch Up and stuff, but he also just had a lot of really good music, and he could really like sing and use his voice. And then all of a sudden it was so like swift and sharp too, or it wasn't that swift, it just felt like that he just started doing drill stuff. Like he dropped a song with 22 Gs, and by the way, he's not a bad drill rapper. Like he can rap, he can really rap, but I'm just not trying to hear him as a drill rapper. Like he's better as a melodic rapper, and I guess he doesn't have to do that, and he kind of like incorporated that like old melodic style into his new stuff, but it's just not the same. I don't know. And I'm not gonna lie, like I don't really listen to any of his new stuff. Like I might check some stuff out here and there, and he has good music occasionally. Like he remixed Boomerang, and he has a song called Motion, which I really liked. It was produced by Majins. That was almost like a year ago, but his new stuff just not that good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and this is coming from a fan, so yeah, that would be the first underground rapper I miss. The next underground rapper I miss is Lil Candy Paint. Lil Candy Paint in like 2016, 2017, 2018, even 2019 was going crazy. He was like a single rapper. He had like Yvonne, or he had James Harden, he had Raining. I don't know if you remember that song. He had all sorts of just singles that would go crazy. And just damn, he had this song called Backends. I remember listening to that right when the pandemic hit. He had a ton of stuff. He was cool with Kane. He was like, Lil Candy Paint just had like his little, that was his prime. I wouldn't say he's fallen off because he's still big. He's getting money. He just went to like Tokyo with Bruce, dropped him off for a streamer Bruce and Coach Ice, and he's cool with Kanken. So like everyone still messes with him. He just, to me, his music is not as good. He kind of had like a similar, the way his voice changed is similar to like Trippie Redd. It's just, or not Trippie Redd, it's not nasally, but I mean, I don't know, it's just not the same. And before he was like rapping more about real stuff. He also hopped on like the new underground type beats, and it just doesn't fit his sound as well. And I don't know, he'll drop like he'll drop a good song occasionally, but it's not like, oh, No Pity, that song was crazy. He did have this like the song with Bad Baby blow up on TikTok, so he's probably doing all right, but it's just not like his old stuff, like Internet Thug. Like, remember that music video with doo-wop in it? That was fire. He's still like Sleep at Night. I remember that one. Stars. He had like a bunch of songs on World Star, and even like a couple years ago, he's still doing good. But I mean, I'm not doing good. He's doing all right, but like he's just not as, I don't know. His music just isn't there. I don't know if it was like he got comfortable. He's just not as inspired or something. He does this thing where he drops throwaways on SoundCloud, and if you're a SoundCloud rapper, why are you dropping throwaways on SoundCloud, bro? Like, I forget. I think it was Everything Purple. He dropped a bunch of throwaways. That kind of like annoyed me. Like, I mean, the songs are pretty decent. That was right after like Backends. Like, I don't know. Look at Me Now. That's actually one of my favorite songs. Like, just in general, it's probably like one of my most played songs. James Harden too, super hard. Like, he used to be cool with like Adam 22 back in the day. There was this guy named DJ Quincy who was cool. I was like a fan of him, and the ATL Smook, Light Fortunato, Doo-Wop Kane. They were like this little scene back then. Just like, damn, all of them are just like, it would be cool to see at least one of them be doing well, like get bigger than the underground. Or Doo-Wop Kane, I'm gonna talk about him later in this video. He's still kind of doing his thing, not as big. Candy Paint, I just don't listen to his music. I'm gonna be honest, it's just not that good, and I feel like you can't even say I'm not even like a big fan, because I was a big fan, and just his music was not that good. He dropped a song called Play Ball. That song was hard, but for the most part, he's not dropping anything good. I think this other one called Speeding was hard too. The next underground rapper that I miss is actually like this duo of underground rappers, Uno the Activist and 1000 Man Fani. Now these guys, if you remember their run in 2016, 2017, even a little bit of 2018, not really, like a little bit, they were going crazy, like especially Uno. And back then Fani was just as good to me today. Like these days Fani isn't as, he had this one song called like Firestone or something, but Fani isn't as big as Uno. But back then they were both on like equal footing, or actually Uno was always like a little more fire to me, or just a little bigger, but they were like bacon and eggs, you know, they were inseparable, and their music was both good. They like complemented each other really well. Their flows, they were like brothers almost. They had this run, they had this sound, they had this wave. They were like hopping on all the like the plug producer beats, and you know what I mean, like they were doing their thing. And I'm not even gonna say names because they dropped song names, because they dropped so many songs together, but it's just, that was kind of like an era of theirs, and now it's completely gone. I wouldn't say the chemistry is gone, it's just like back then the sound that was coming up on the underground, the type of beats they were hopping on really complemented their sound. And after 2019, 2020, 2021 hit, I've said this before, they started hopping on like the new underground type beats, which are, I'm not gonna lie, like you know, it's kind of like the elephant in the room, but like really Cardi and Yeet inspired type of stuff. Not as much 1000 Man Fani as Uno did, but not as much, I mean, done by 1000 Man Fani, more by like Uno. But yeah, they just don't hit the same, their new stuff. Like, can't tell me that Uno's new stuff is better than his old stuff. It's just not. He also signed like this development deal with Atlantic or something, where he was like secretly signed, or he didn't do something, but he never popped off enough for it to like really kick in, you know? Like, it's kind of sad, because they really had that potential, especially back then, and then obviously they burnt a lot of bridges, like Lil Yachty, Cardi, etc. more. But yeah, I don't know, just tough. The next rapper I miss, or I'm not gonna say rapper because I've already made a video on Lil Tracy, and it's like Lil Peep and Goth Boy Click and Lil Tracy. Like, I don't know if you know, but like back in 2017, these guys were going stupid. Like, they were going so crazy. Emo rap, if you don't know, like these guys were alongside Goth Money and Bones, and you know, you can even say like some Radar Clan members kind of too, because whenever you say Goth Boy Click, man, they were the pioneers, they were the founders. Everyone gets mad and says, well, actually, like, no, dude, okay, we know, you're not special. But they were one of the like you know, first people to really use like emo band samples and melodies and put trap drums over it, and they had their wave. And there's so many songs when Goth Boy Click was active with Lil Peep and Lil Tracy. Like, there's so many, which is what's kind of sad is they only dropped one collaborative album together, but like, man, they were really good, especially Lil Peep and Lil Tracy. Like, when they were underground, these guys were dropping, I was like in 7th grade too when they were dropping those. It's kind of crazy to think about it. And yeah, like, or 6th grade, like they were just going stupid on, I don't know, like on a Tuesday they just dropped something crazy. It felt a lot more organic too, because they were really living that lifestyle. One thing I really dislike about like a lot of the newer rappers that I guess I've talked about, and a lot of fans also do, is like they don't actually do anything they rap about, and it just like feels like plastic, you know? You don't really like want to listen to some fake stuff. That's why people love drill rappers so much, because they actually like kill people, they actually rob people, they actually do drugs, they actually sell drugs. As fucked up as it is, like that's what they like about it. Goth Boy Click, they were really like emo rappers. They were doing their thing. They were hard, and they're actually like I almost like exclusively listened to Goth Boy Click, Lil Peep, and Lil Tracy for like a year in like 7th grade. I'm not gonna lie, like just like that's kind of like I was listening to those other people, but like those are my main favorites. Anyways, here are the next people, the next person that I miss. Cash Bentley. Yo, Cash Bentley, I don't know if you remember, but Cash Bentley was going crazy back in like 2019. He has this album called Long Live Sino, and I forget the album before, but he also was doing like, I don't know, his projects were really good. He knew how to put together a good project. He was cool with Candy Paint. They had a couple songs together actually. He had like this cool sound. He was from Virginia too, I think. Yeah, Cash Bentley, he was a cool SoundCloud rapper. He was very talented too. He could like play the guitar. He produced for Summers. Yeah, it was Reconcile. That was the album. That album was pretty good too. Like he was putting together good projects, and Born a Star, like those things were all cool. I remember I downloaded his album Long Live Sino, and I don't even download albums. Like I listened to it a lot. He was one of my most listened to artists, and then all of a sudden, just like that, I don't know what happened. Oh, actually, I do know what happened. He porked Lil Candy Paint's girl, and they were like best friends, and then everyone unfollowed him and stopped messing with him, and he just got like, I think him and .com Nirvana. Okay, he had this song called Gospel. I think that was the song that put me onto him, or it might have been before. I don't remember, or no, it might have been his Plug and B stuff. But anyways, he had a song called Gospel, and he's one of the earlier people to work with .com Nirvana, so they're very close, and that's how Candy Paint and Nirvana I think also got close. I'm not sure, but they all were cool, and he got cut off from them too, I believe. And yeah, it's just a sad situation. After that, the music quality just took a nosedive. Like it just wasn't as good. He made one song called like Mix the Codeine Up on like the rage hyperpop type beat stuff, and like he just never really pursued the underground sound as much, and he just kind of like fell off quality wise. But he did drop this one song called Tavas. I don't know how to speak Spanish, so I don't really know how to pronounce it well, but that song is so good. It's still his best Spanish song in my opinion. But after that, he took like this corridos, I think that's like corrido. Sorry, I'm Indian, guys. I don't know how to say these words, pronounce them properly. Don't take any offense to it. But he started making Spanish music, and I'm not gonna lie, like some of it is pretty solid. Like he's pretty good, but it's just like that's not really what I'm into. And now he's like, I don't know. I looked at his Instagram. He got like 10 free guitars. I think he's signed or something. He was being interviewed by Zane Lowe. I was like, wait, what? I don't know, but he's not signed to like a big major label. It's like it's like a decently big label, but good for him. It's not my thing. You know what I mean? Oh, Ain't Die Yet. I think someone shot him. I remember that one time on Instagram Live, and they were driving like, oh my god, I'll take him to the hospital. I was like, damn. I remember there were like videos of him like with fighting. No Regrets. That's a good song. I don't know. Long Way with Summers. Like, yeah, this guy has a lot of like good songs, but yeah, unfortunately he's not really, I don't know, he's just not doing that. I'm not into his new music. Most people aren't either. Just look at his numbers. The next, I got 2 more people in this list. One is a duo, one is someone I spoke about earlier. The duo I'm talking about is Smokepurpp and Lil Pump. And before you're like, man, no way you were listening to them. Yeah, in 6th and 7th grade I was listening to these guys. Like they were fire back then, I'm not gonna lie. Especially Smokepurpp. Smokepurpp was better than Lil Pump. He was actually bigger than Lil Pump for a decent amount of time. Smokepurpp could really rap. I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, I'm not talking about now, like not talking about after he blew up, got a bunch of money, got lazy, and forgot how to rap. I'm talking about when he was young and hungry, like he could really rap. Look up Smokepurpp Flip with Lil Tracy. Look up Ski Mask. Just go through him and go through the SoundCloud archive pages and look at him and Lil Pump's old songs. Like some of that stuff was really bad, and some of that stuff was like pretty half decent. Look up 6 Rings by Smokepurpp. That's another really hard one. Smokepurpp went in his like SoundCloud era was crazy. But I know I've said all these rappers are crazy like a million times, but he was good. He's good. The other rapper, Lil Pump, when he was dropping stuff like D Rose was actually hard because he was like this new like F you, screw you type of rapper, and everyone was just like messing with it. You know what I mean? Everyone was like, damn, we're all messing with Lil Pump, and that was just the consensus. That was everyone's just like cool with, bro. You know what I mean? He had other like underground songs. I'm not gonna lie, I will say a lot of like him and Smokepurpp stuff just aged so terribly. Like I don't even know why I was listening to that stuff. Like I just thought it was cool, but yeah, they were some of their stuff was like horrendous. Like do not go back and listen to it. And like I'm never listening to Gucci Gang ever again. Like I'm not bumping that. Like obviously I might listen to once or twice, but I'm not like even D Rose. I'm not even listening to like those songs. Lil Pump had a lot of songs. I'm not even gonna go through all that stuff, but like he had some decent stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Like but it's just not stuff I'd go back to. But I do miss like that era of them going crazy. That was kind of like the Lyrical Lemonade era with like Famous Dex and stuff. And low-key, I miss that dude too, but he's still kind of doing his thing. He's not like, actually he did, I don't know, yeah I do. He's not that good anymore, but Famous Dex, when he was having his run, he was crazy. I also have a video called The 2017 Underground coming out soon, but it has like 30 rappers in it, and it's just gonna take a super long time to record, so it's coming, and I talk about some of these guys in there too, but I don't want to like have too much overlap between these two videos. That video might end up being like 30 or 45 minutes long, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, let me know if you like these older underground type videos, not just videos on Rich Amiri. Like, I can't even believe, honestly, I might even cut his name out of this video. It's like, pisses me off. Nah, I'm just joking. He's cool. There's one more rapper I'd like to speak about, and that's Doo-Wop Kane. Doo-Wop Kane Underdog might be like in the running for one of the best underground albums. Like, really good project, not too long. Had him and 99, they just went crazy, like hard. That album's hard. Doo-Wop Kane has like too many singles to name, but like from 2017 to 2019, Doo-Wop Kane did not miss. There wasn't a single Doo-Wop Kane song where, actually, okay, he had a couple songs because he's super experimental where you'd be like, okay, like, I'm not listening to that. But the thing about Doo-Wop Kane is he just chose not to like blow up or do anything crazy. Like, he chose to just stay in Georgia, stay in or Atlanta or wherever he's from in Georgia, and just chill and not chase that mainstream stuff. If you don't know, if it weren't for Doo-Wop Kane, Pierre Bourne and Playboi Carti would have never linked up. Doo-Wop was cool with Carti, he was cool with Pierre, he was like their young little bro. He was like this kid, he was like this 13-year-old kid. He was super young and he was really insecure at the time. He would always wear his hoodie over his head, and he was the Almo kid. Doo-Wop Kane's been doing this internet rap stuff forever. He's like the underground OG. Everyone respects him too, and he has like a really strong fan base because he's been dropping forever. Like, he did take this really long break, and he dropped this album Bad Kid from the 4. That's actually one of my favorite underground albums. Like, more than Underdog, I really love Bad Kid from the 4. Look up Choppa. That song is so good. There are a couple more, but I'm Earl's Sweatshirt from that album. Not Earl's Sweatshirt. It's a song called Earl's Sweatshirt. Just a ton of he has too many good songs to name, but I mean, go through the stuff. I don't know, Doo-Wop Kane, he would just drop like singles. Like, he had like underground singles from back then, like 2019, I think. He dropped a song called like Flying. He had a couple more. I'm not gonna name them all. I keep saying that I'm not gonna name them all, but I'm just like thinking of them in my head, and I'm like, do I say them? Talk about each one of them. But yeah, he's just really good, I'm not gonna lie. And now he just, after Bad Kid from the 4, I'm not sure when, he just started flooding. He just became like a mixtape rapper and started dropping, and you know, like Doo-Wop Kane, I feel like he's still super young, so he could still have like a resurgence. I believe he can, but I don't know if he will, you know? He was friends with everyone. He was friends with Lil Tracy, super close with Lil Candy Pain, cool with Cardi, cool with Lil Yachty. He's still cool with Lil Yachty. He's cool with so many people. I mean, he was even cool with Destroy Lonely. You know what I mean? This is not crazy, but right now he hasn't fallen off. His career just isn't going well, but I don't think he cares. He also posts some weird stuff sometimes on his story, just like random. I don't know, but he's just like grown up now. It's kind of weird to see him so old, even though he's like this. I think he's a little older than me. Yeah, he's a little older than me. But yeah, just I don't know. Freaks me out. But anyways, that's almost it for this video. I have a couple of honorable mentions that I'm not going to explain further. Lil Raven, Ron So Cold, Diego Money, Wyland, 645AR. To be clear, I never really listened to 645AR. I just thought he was a funny dude, and wonder what that baby voice rapper is doing right now. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is kind of like a longer video. If you're still listening to the end, comment Basher 6000. I just want to see how many people commented. But anyways, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you listening to the whole thing, and see you next time.